Alright, hey there guys, thank you so much for clicking on the video. Right, first of all, I hope that you're having an excellent day so far, and if not, hopefully it does get better. I'd always like to start off with that, because not every day is a great day, right? Or at least it doesn't start off that way, but hopefully it can finish better than it started, if it's not already going good. But, yeah, first of all, thank you so much for clicking. Right, basically, as you can tell, we're playing some more Sparking Zero, or at least we're not playing Sparking Zero. What's going to happen is, I'm just going to have the CPU sort of fight each other. And I want to see, just sort of talk about something. I'm just going to have them start. And I kind of want to talk about, I'm going to get this out of the way. I kind of want to talk about the making this game competitive. Right, like, I feel like this is something that's happening right now. And mostly because recently I believe there was a TNS tournament for Sparking Zero. Right, Tampa Never Sleeps. You know, been around a long time. They do a lot of if you don't know what TNS is, right, I'm just gonna give you a quick little snippet. Right, they do a lot of like fighting game tournaments, right? Grand Blue, Fighters, Street Fighter 6, Under Night, Marvel vs. Capcom, basically a bunch of fighting game stuff, right? And recently there was a video that I saw on Twitter, because I was scrolling through, right, as one does on Twitter, and I basically saw like a match from that tournament, and the caption, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but the caption could not have encapsulated more about what sort of like transpired in the video, right? So basically it was Android 19 and Cell, right? Form 1 Cell, just like flying around, like literally just flying around, and that was the extent or the majority of what the clip was. And right, it brings up a great point of like, is this a game that should be attempted to be made competitive, right? Like, is it a game that should have a competitive scene to it and all this other stuff? I don't think, in my opinion, that this game should be trying to be made competitive. Right, this is just simply my opinions. Right, I'm not gonna worry about like what quote-unquote professional players are saying that play this game to a high extent, all that good stuff. Because this game is honestly, in my opinion, a party game. Right, I know that opinion is shared, so it's not like I'm doing a hot take or anything. Like, this is not a game that should be taken in any way, shape, or form as anything serious. Mainly because, I mean, this game is just a fantasy game, you know. Like, I mean, it has a bunch of what if scenarios, right? Like, these games are just, I feel, at least this one specifically, right? I don't know, I can't speak for Raging Blast 2, the original Budokai games, right? Raging Blast 1, all those other ones. I can't speak for those. What I can speak is for this one. And this game is definitely a lot more like just fun oriented. I'm not saying that competitiveness can't be fun, or that making a game competitive can't be fun, but this one is more of a casual game, right? Like when I play Street Fighter 6, which I have a lot of videos on if you want to go ahead and watch those. When I play Street Fighter 6, I pretty much focus on, I don't know, it's like I'm trying to get better, right? Like I want to play better, I want to do better in like Street Fighter 6 and all that good stuff. But like in this game, I'm like, whatever, I'm just having fun. I'm not really doing I'm not trying to do anything in terms of like, okay, well, I want to try and like, you know, be the best this or be the best that in a tournament. It's like, I don't know, this game doesn't, even before this game even came out, it didn't really sing to me as a competitive game. And I know there's going to be tournaments for it regardless of what I say. I know that there's going to be, well, oof, this is, CPU is going for it. I know there's going to be a bunch of tournaments for it, and hey, go for it. I'm not saying that you can't play this game competitively. I just don't think the game should be played competitively. Because it's, I don't know, I feel like it's more of a fun game. Like, it's not like, it's more of a game to have fun with than it is to like, okay, I want to spend 100+ hours perfecting. Like, I don't know, it's not, it doesn't ring to me. right? And I know obviously arena fighters can be competitive in their own sense, right? Naruto, Ninja Storm 4, and then by essentially by association connections, right? They had a tournament scene and all this other stuff. I'm not saying those games, these types of arena fighter games, can't be played in a tournament setting, but it's just, I don't know, it doesn't seem the same to me. And I know obviously, right, there's Glove, for example, that he runs a lot of like Demon Slayer tournaments and all this other stuff. That hey, the game thrived, right, in a competitive sense, right? But I know there's people asking for this game to be played at Evo, and I think that's where I'm kind of like, yeah, no, don't do that. It's just one of those things that, while this game is extremely fun, I've had a lot of fun playing this game. I've had a lot of fun just seeing all the different like what if scenarios, all the characters that they have here, like the animation, like everything about this game I've just absolutely loved. I don't think I've ever seen this super. Oh, there you go. It's just everything about this game that I absolutely loved. Right, like I mean, there's a few things here and there that I'm like, it's whatever. But for the most part, it's a really fun game. Because, I don't know, it's just everything about it. And I'm just thinking now in terms of like the, oh, nice counter. Thinking about how it is playing this game, and I know that a lot of it, and a lot of the clips I've seen online, is just the game devolving into basically who can counter a vanish, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna vanish behind you, I'm gonna counter that, well, I'm gonna counter your counter, and then it's like this constant, like, just back and forth of countering vanishes over and over again. I'm not too sure where the HUD went, but yeah, and it's like that's essentially what it is at a top level, I guess you could say. From what I've noticed, it's really just doing the same. That's Super Ender 13. A Fusion Ender 13, I guess. It's just kind of repeating the same motion over and over again. And there's not a, from what I've seen, not a tremendous amount of skill necessary for this game. And I'm probably gonna get roasted for that, for saying that. But like, you know, I feel like there was more skill involved with a game like, you know, Demon Slayer, or a game like Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, or Connections by extension, because you sort of have the assist and everything else you gotta balance. Whereas with this game, it's kind of just like charge up, throw a super, or charge up, hit a few hits, throw a super. Like, I don't know, so there's not really the gameplay in of itself. And again, I'm probably gonna get roasted for this. Shallow compared to other games in the arena fighters genre. I'm not comparing it to One Punch Man. It's that game. That's not even a question. Like, I don't know, it's like in this game in of itself, there's not really a terrible amount of depth to it. Oh, he has armor doing that. That's neat. And yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not gonna stop anyone from making, and obviously I'm not going to. This is just simply my opinion on the whole, I guess, situation that's going around right now with making this game competitive or, you know, tournament-like in any way, shape, or form. Go for it. I'll tell you that. Go for it. I'm not gonna stop anyone from being in tournaments for this game. I'm not going to stop anyone from playing this game competitively. If you want to put in 500 hours for this game, go ahead. Right, more than 500 hours. However many hours you want to put, go for it. Because more power to you. This is just my opinion. It's definitely not necessarily the right opinion, because everyone can have their own opinion, right? But this is just from what I've noticed when it comes to playing. Having played this game a little bit at this point, you know, having had a few videos up now, and sort of seeing what's is happening, I guess, in the online and in what is happening, I guess, in the tournament scene, TNS being the biggest one. It just doesn't bode well, right? Like, I think anyone who's seen any clips from TNS and sort of how that whole thing has come around can probably tell it's not too amazing right now. But that's neither here nor there, right? It didn't look too great. It's just one of those things that the game definitely needs to have something. Maybe not the game, but like the tournament itself, if you are to set up a tournament for this game, needs to have... Is Garlic gonna get ulted right here? Oh no, he's not. There's gotta be a lot more rules in place, right? Or like something else that needs to be done outside of just normal rules. Because realistically, the game in of itself, visually speaking, you're just gonna be like people running away and charging. That's literally it. Like it's a keep away game. And obviously, there's probably a lot more to it. But to a casual spectator, game's not gonna look too great. So it's gonna be a bit rough to try and launch this game in a competitive sense, in the grand scheme. Right? I'm not saying it can't have tournaments here and there, but like it's not gonna be Evo level, right? Because it's just not. While the game looks really nice, I don't 100% think that it's going to be great from a spectator, casual viewer level. And that is simply my opinion. Right? Obviously, you're more than welcome to disagree, put it in the comments. Right? I want to see different points of view. I'm more than welcome to seeing someone else's point of view and sort of having, not necessarily a debate, but like just talking about it. Right? Because I've always been a very big fan of seeing things from more than just my own perspective. Because obviously I don't know everything, so I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know everything. Be like, yeah, this is how things should be. No, I'm just someone else that can be just as wrong as anyone else. Alright, but that's more or less my opinion, right? Go ahead, leave a comment. I don't really know how much longer of a fight we have here, but I'm going to go ahead and keep riffing. And yeah, I mean, I just thought about this topic like literally right before turning on the video. So, right before recording the video, I should say. And yeah, like feel free to let me know. Or maybe there's something I'm missing, maybe there's something I'm not seeing when it comes to the game. Maybe I haven't played enough of the game to be like, hey, this is, you should be doing this, or this is how the gameplay is, or everything else, right? Just based off of what was shown and what happened in TNS. And I may not have a clip right here to show sort of what happened, or the specific one that I'm referring to, but I'm sure if you look it up online, you're gonna sort of see that it wasn't too great of a showing for this game's kind of like first competitive, or like larger scale competitive game, or competitive tournament, I should say. It wasn't too great of a showing, so we'll see what happens from here. I'm more than welcome to be wrong. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, this game's good. This game is 1000% what people have been wanting since Budokai 3 or Tenkaichi 3, right? Not Ultimate Tenkaichi, that's a whole other... I mean, I guess since that one came out, yeah, they've been wanting it since that, because they're like, wow, this is not great. Give us what we used to have. Alright, so this game's pretty much that, right? And that's something to be applauded. This game, in my opinion, from what I've played from it, 8 or 9 out of 10 for sure. Like, this game is a very good showing for, like, it's not a good showing, but essentially, I'm not gonna say it's a remake. I mean, it kind of is. No, I'd say a continuation. Right? Like, what they did with this game is amazing. So I'm glad that it's obviously sold a ton of copies. It has a lot of players, because it's just good. Like, this is genuinely a good game. But that's sort of where the situation is. Is it a good competitive game? And which was essentially the whole point of the video, right? I don't think it's necessarily a good competitive game in the long run, because you can have like a tournament or two, but I don't see it. And that's, again, feel free to leave a comment, right? I'd be more than glad to hear everyone else's opinion on this, but yeah, it's just my opinion, right? Like I said, I always welcome different points of view. I kind of wonder how much we have left here. I mean, I guess technically you could also look at it like this. Like, what have we really seen that has been, like, astounding from this gameplay? I know it's just 2 CPUs, right? But, like, it's literally just run away, charge up, throw a super. Like, it's very special attack focused. And I know it's kind of like Oh, well, you need to get the Street Fighter special attack focus, and you would be right. Right, a lot of Hadokens, a lot of Kikokens, Shoryuken, like yeah. Like, I don't know, it's like this game doesn't have that whole, I feel, and again, could be wrong, doesn't have that whole, you know, footsie mentality, like, oh, you know, we're in neutral right now, what are we gonna do? Is he gonna charge at me? Is he gonna do this? Because you can always, like, I feel like you can mash guard in this game, and then you'll just counter, like a rush, for example. Whereas, you know, you could just be mashing while getting hit. Oh, you broke the combo. Oh, is that it? Yeah.
If you want to hate somebody, blame that foolishly inadequate commie of Earth.
Yeah. I'm definitely not the winner. But yeah. And that was just sort of my opinion. Like I said, feel free to leave a comment with your opinion. I'm more than welcome to seeing a lot of sides to this whole situation. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. Right. I thank you so much for watching if you did make it up to this point. And I want to thank you for just being around, right, in terms of, like, you know, supporting and everything. That's always nice. And I should have another video up shortly. I say shortly, but like within the next few days at the very least. Probably Vegeta's whole saga playing through this game and like any sort of like different endings and all that other stuff. Because I was gonna typically do like each saga, but the Cell saga basically gets thrown to the wind at a certain point. It just completely speeds through the end of the saga. But yeah, feel free to like the video and subscribe if that sounds interesting to you, and feel free to share the video. Right, I'd like to hear different points of view from everyone, right? Not just directly people who, I don't know, sort of think like me. Right, just like, I'd love to hear different opinions. That being said, I hope everyone has an excellent week. I thank you so much for watching, and stay safe. Peace.